name's John Quion. We all went to high school in Roseburg, Oregon, which is a small little town about an hour south of here.
My name's Nate Hansen, and then I met John in a songwriting class at Roseburg High School, and we actually started a band from that songwriting class.
My name is Kyler Paselk.
I kind of met Kyler through association with everyone else. Kyler was always like part of the friend group, and like he moved up here and lived with them, and since I was always over, because I played in a band with those guys, you know, hung out with Kyler all the time.
Yeah, we were in two bands actually over a period of 6-7 years. We started a band called Hemlock Lane when we were in high school that ran for 4+ years, and then after that, immediately after that, we had a slight lineup change. We were in a band called Midnight Pacific for the better part of a year, and even when we weren't doing those two bands, we've always been sort of playing together, working on musical projects like this. I think that the seed for the Blue Room came in a lot of different ways from being in a band and from a lot of different parts of being in a band. We accumulated all of this gear from being in a band over years. This was not a single purchase. This was a lot of different small investments that we made over time until one day we kind of looked at each other and was like, oh wow, we have a venue's worth of musical equipment. We played a one-off actually when we first decided to throw a show. It was in March of this year. It was a band that we were playing in. Played a set, not really with any sort of intention on our part to continue throwing shows or to make this a venue. We just thought that we could throw a show for our band. And then we received such a positive reception from everybody, and we started having people message us, and eventually we started using the name The Blue Room. But we started throwing around that word a little bit, and then it really caught on, and before I knew it, we were getting multiple booking requests a day. So from there, it became really easy to just start throwing shows and sort of figure out how to throw regular shows and be a DIY venue. We just noticed from playing a lot of shows and playing pretty much every venue in town that there wasn't sort of a venue that blended both the best of a club scene and the best of a house show.
I think that's something that a lot of people were looking for as well, is something that combines the two genres of an official venue and more of a house show based, and I think that we pulled that off fairly well.
The setup is nicely stable at this point. It's pretty streamlined in terms of there's not a ton of setup on our end. Everything is in place when the bands show up. We just have to plug in a few cables and place a few microphones for the most part, and then we're ready to go.
Yeah, for the most part, we're able to get everything wired and ready to go in about a half hour. So like as the bands are arriving, I'm usually setting the room up. I feel like music has always just kind of been a big part of our life. I ultimately think it's what ties all of us together and keeps our friendship strong, because we always have a common interest in music.
It's really just been our friends who were in bands would come and see the space, and they would think it was cool, and they would sort of spread the word, and when they had a show they wanted to play and they had a band that needed a show, we became a spot that they would contact.
It's like our first show, even like the first couple, we did a little bit to like advertise, like we made Facebook events and like invited our friends, but really following those first initial shows, we more or less left it up to the bands and the fans that would come here, and they're ultimately the wind beneath our wings.
What's cool about the Blue Room is you can tell that these people like really care about putting on like a really good show. It's like this perfect marriage between like a venue and a house show. It's nice sometimes to come into a venue that still has that like raw energy, but also, you know, you have enough power strips, you have like the plugins, you have the right sound, you can hear yourself. You don't really get the same crowd that you get like on shows closer to the campus, you know? So it's like more of like a Eugene community crowd. They've always been like super cool. All of them have been there for us when we need help either loading in or like setting up, or like quick to solve any problems we might have on stage, you know, lack of power, lack of space. They've always just been more professional than I'd say half the bar shows we played at, which is really cool.
It's been great. I feel like it's been nothing but a bonding process for all of us, and I think that this has done nothing but improve our friendship and keep it going. It gives us something to do.
And I think it's really cool to go to work with all your friends.